Tuesday, July the 5th, 2022, and welcome our council members here. We're missing one this evening who was out of town, and welcome the staff that are here with us, our directors, and also the public that have joined us this evening. Our first item of business, two items to start with, is our Pledge of Allegiance, which will be given by Neil Winterton, after which Sid Lamone will give us the opening remarks. Neil.
Audience, please rise with me. Please repeat the Pledge of Allegiance with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we thank Thee for the opportunity that we have to come here tonight as citizens and community members of Pleasant Grove to be able to make decisions on the behalf of our city at this time. We thank Thee for the opportunity we have to serve and be able to represent the citizens tonight and every day that we are serving. Please bless that we can go throughout the night with an open mind and open heart as we make decisions on their behalf and be able to make decisions that's best for our employees, our residents, and anyone and business owners in our city. Please bless that we can also be good examples and leaders during this time in our community. We love Thee and we say these things in the name of Thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thanks, Neil and Sid. Item number 4, approval of tonight's meeting agenda. There's no
changes.
changes, so I ask for a motion for approval of our agenda.
Mayor, make a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
We have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Bullock. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We'll now move to our open session and invite anybody to come forward from our public who would like to address the council at this time. And there is a 3-minute time limit on each one that likes to come and address the council. If you'd come forward now, we'd appreciate it. I see no one coming forward, so we'll now close our open session and move on to item number 6 this evening, our consent items, which include City Council minutes of our June 7th, 2022 meeting and our City Council minutes of our June 21st, 2022 meeting. And B, consider for approval payment request number 3 for Kodiaker Construction Incorporated for the 800 North Storm Drain Project. And C, to consider approval of payment request number 3 for Kodiaker Construction for the 1100 North Street and Utility Improvement Project. And D, to consider approval for change order number 1 and payment request number 1 for S&L Incorporated for the Discovery Park Tennis Court Rehabilitation Project. And our final one is E, consider for approval of a payment reports for June the 30th, 2022. If there's no other questions on these, I ask for a motion.
Mayor, make a motion that we approve the consent items.
We have a motion by Councilmember Anderson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Lamone. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We'll now move to item number 7, and we have an appointment this evening, and we ask that Deshik Quinn, I even asked
Deshik.
to come forward, just Deshik, okay, come forward and we make as our new recreation director, and introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Mayor, City Council. My name is Deshik Kwenye, original from Namibia, South Africa. We've lived in Pleasant Grove for the past 8 years now. I'm joined here by my family, Jocelyn, and our 4 wonderful kids, and we've been part of this community. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to serve Pleasant Grove as Recreation Director.
Okay, well, if you'll just stay still there, if the council have anything else to want to, before we vote?
No,
I just
excited.
apologize. I wasn't here for the interviews because I was out of the country. So it's nice to meet you in person and excited to have you as our director.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Appreciate it.
Okay, with that, I ask for a motion.
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve the appointment of Dashik Akwenye as the Recreation Director and administer the oath of office.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Anderson, a second by Councilmember Jensen. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We have a new recreation director.
Have Jocelyn come up. Yes.
Yeah, have your family come forward. Yeah,
This is a whole family.
this is a
whole
photo op
family
here.
town.
We don't get this opportunity every day.
Oh, we have to sit down for a minute. I was like, I'm all ready.
No.
This is your part. You're gonna take the oath.
Raise your right arm and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear. That I will support. Obey and defend. The Constitution of the United States. The Constitution of the State of Utah. And that I will discharge. The duties of my office. With fidelity.
Wait, a photo.
Get a photo with the city council here standing behind you, so. All right, let's see, Brent.
Brent, this way.
This way, just a bit, okay, I think we got it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you.
Congratulations.
This is the last opportunity we're gonna say this, but you can leave the rest of the meeting.
Okay, we'll now move to item number 10A. This is our action items ready for vote this evening. And 10A is to consider for approval a site plan for a single-story multi-use building located at 125 South, 2000 West on property zone The Grove, commercial zone, zone Sam White Lane neighborhood, and turn time over to Director Credennis.
Perfect. Perfect. Mayor, Council, it's a pleasure for me to be here and to announce that my last name is not the hardest to pronounce now in the city.
Next to the hardest.
Yeah, Daniel and Dashik. That's how we're
And
gonna go.
D&D. So what we have today in front of us is a site plan for a multi-use commercial building. To locate ourselves a little better, this is the location of the Grove Station, and this is where Hija Farms is operating right now. The proposed building and site plan will be for the property located where my mouse is pointing at right now. I have a zoning map that zoom in a little bit more, and it shows exactly the area where the site plan will be located. That lot right there, that is enclosed with that blue line, is already a lot from Oliver's Place Plat A. So it's already a subdivided property. No need to subdivide it anymore. The lot exists as it is right now. So what the applicant is proposing is a multi-commercial building that is gonna have, that's the aerial picture of the area, and this is a building that will have 3 different uses. It's gonna have a restaurant, a store products, and it also is going to be used as an event center. Okay. My apologies on these pictures; they're a little twisted a little bit, but this one helps us a little bit to locate ourselves. Sorry. North is pointing toward the right of the screen. The access to the site is going to be through right here. We have some parking. That's the first thing that we're going to encounter is 34 parking stalls. We have along the boulevard a very well landscaped area, and the building is located behind that. Okay. As I mentioned, this is he have farms as a tradition here within the city, so they wanted to do the architectural portion of it as if it was a farm, an old farm. During the design of this site plan and the proposal of the building, the staff has some questions regarding the materials. This item went to the design review board after it went to the planning commission, and it received recommendation of approval unanimously for the type of materials, architectural, and landscape plans for this site. 34 parking stalls will only allow us to have a maximum of 119 people for the event center. There are plans, and I have the plans right here that I did not show early, but there's some plans for future possible parking. Let me move this one and see if I can bring it right here. There you go. Eventually, as you guys can see, the end of the lot is this dark line right here, but there's some possible overflow parking on neighboring areas. When that happens and when that gets built, the number of people can be increased, the number of people that can occupy this building. As of today, and what is presented only within that site plan is only 34 parking stalls, which limits a little bit the number of patrons for the event center. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the images that I was showing you guys before. And so we can take a look a little bit of how the building is gonna look. There we go. So, as I'm going down, this right here, this is the front of the building, and we're gonna have, this is a floor plan. We have 2 silos on each side. One will be used for a store, another one for a restaurant dining. I think the applicant is right here. There was a question earlier about the type of food in there, and hopefully they have the best tacos in town in there. We'll see. There's a battle for it. There's a battle for it. So this is how it looks. Sorry, the image is twisted a little bit, but we can see the front of the building, and we can take a look at the 2 silos right there. Let me see if I can turn this around. You know what? It's gonna take me a little. There you go. At least just so we can take a better look at it right now.
We're on a boat.
There you go. It's like playing video games, that's why. So we have, again, the 2 silos. We have different colors for the materials, and this is the frontal and the back, okay? That's what I have. One more thing I want to show you is the landscape plan, which is very important, especially for a finalized plan. It's very important for us that we have some good landscape and trees along the boulevard, so that always makes a site plan better. And this site meets the requirements that we have for the zone. It's located in the commercial cell subdistrict of the Grove. And as I mentioned before, it received a recommendation of approval from the design review board as well as from the planning commission unanimously. Okay, it's a site plan. Again, it's not a plat, just a site plan. That's what I have, Mayor and Council.
Any other questions for Daniel? I really like this design. That's gonna look so good there. That is really great. I just love those 2.
You love that style?
So, anyway.
Honoring what's been there forever.
Yep. So, if there's no other questions, ask for a motion.
Mayor, I'll make a motion for approval of site plan for a single-story multi-use building located at 125 South, 2000 West on property zoned the Grove Commercial Cells, Grove-CS zone. And
We have a motion by Councilmember Jensen. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Lamone. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Daniel.
My pleasure.
Mayor,
It's going to be a great thing for our community.
Mayor, I was
Yes.
wondering, The owner is here. I'm just wondering if it would be okay if she came up and just told us a little bit about what their plans are for that building.
You bet, that'd be fine. Who designed the building? I want to give some, did you have an architect, or did
Pontus.
you guys come up with that?
We had the general idea, and then we had Pontus Architecture located in Springville put
Okay.
together the final plans. So they made it better than what we had originally planned. We bought the bins from Iowa, had them delivered. They came off of a farm
So
in
you-
Iowa.
You've already got those then?
We've
huh?
already got those.
So it's going to be some real,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Wow.
So we're very excited. The barn itself will serve actually multi-purpose. We do have a lot of requests from the community and people. We've been a seasonal event farm. Fall our big season, and in the spring, a lot of people are looking for farm fresh products. I've actually been working with Utah Food and Agriculture Department. They will be helping us become a food hub. And we did get a small grant from them to help support that and get that going. But we will have local products from Utah that we will sell in the farm. So we'll have our meat, milk, eggs, cheese, bread, vegetables, honey, those things that people are looking for that are organic. It will also serve, in the restaurant part, we're gonna have ice cream, right? We're in Utah County, everybody loves ice cream. And so we'll have ice cream and a loaded fry menu. So something kind of different, not, very common. Different restaurants have loaded fries as an appetizer, but we figured, ice cream with fries, well, let's add some toppings and do some fun things with that. And then also an event center. We have a lot of groups that want to have a client appreciation event or a place for family gatherings. Lots of groups have asked for like a family reunion type of setting where we are just outdoor. It's a little harder. We do get a lot of groups that reserve time in October, and they have their client appreciation, buy them a pumpkin, and get to go to the petting farm and let the kids go on the slides. So this will allow for year-round options for clients. So different seasons, we can cater to different things, Christmas, Easter, and probably some weddings in the summertime. So we're very excited about the potential that this has. And it's preserving a great part of Pleasant Grove history. Our farm is 160 years old. It was homesteaded by Oliver Smith 160 years ago in 1863, actually. And so he is my husband's great-great-grandfather. We have just a little sliver of what was originally homesteaded, which was 83 acres. Kind of get emotional when I talk about this, so excuse me, but I'm very passionate about preserving this. So that's what we're doing. Hits my heart. So.
Well, I know he has. I went on multiple field trips there with my kids growing up. And then I also had an event during the springtime, and families, all ages love it. It's a beautiful place that you've preserved, and you've done an amazing job. And I think the barn will just add to that and to keep it there for another 170 years.
Well,
So we appreciate what you've done for the community. It's just a beautiful place where kids and families can go and just have, everyone who went that day loved it. It was just a great experience, and I'm planning on doing many more, so.
Good.
But I do want to give some recognition for those who don't know. Shalise was a surrogate mom to her daughter, and I would never ask someone this, but if you can tell people your age.
I'm 50.
She's 50 years old, and she just gave birth in May to a surrogate for her daughter. And it made national news. So where you're a resident of Pleasant Grove and a business owner, I just want to recognize you because that's an amazing thing that you as a resident, and mother did for your daughter. And I want to publicly recognize you because it's amazing. So
Fantastic.
Thank you. Yes. She's
Yeah.
beautiful. We get to go see her the end of this week. We're going down, so can't wait.
And
She
you
lives
look
in Texas, unfortunately. I tell people I should have put in the contract that they had to move back, but, I didn't do that, so.
Well, when I met Shalise for the first time, I didn't even know she was pregnant and she was going to give birth like in a month. She was just kind of wearing a sweatshirt, and now I don't even know that you gave birth. So you look amazing, and you're just an amazing person, and thank you for bringing this to our community and continuing the tradition of that homestead. So
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Well,
we'll
I'll
be there
tell-
for the ribbon cutting.
I'll tell you what I told my daughter when she says, "Hey, I want to be a farmer," and I says, "You don't understand, Paige. It's 24/7."
It
And that went
is.
right over her head. But she's asked me, she says, "Dad, why didn't you tell me?" And I said, "I tried to tell you." So
It is a
Anyway,
lot of
growing up
work.
on a farm, and thank you for preserving that heritage, because if not, it's lost.
It is.
So,
I
thank you.
tell people, if you're crazy, if you think we're crazy for what we're doing, spend a day with me at field trips, and to see these kids interact and get to touch animals and just love being outdoors, that'll change your mind. So,
You guys are going to be really busy. Okay,
we hope so.
you will be.
We hope so.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll now move on to 10B. Consider for approval final subdivision plat A, B, and C for the Pleasant Grove City Cemetery subdivision. We got a lot of people living in that subdivision, or not living, but located approximately 500 north and 100 west in the R18 zone. Little Denmark. Director Giles.
Mayor and council, this is a state requirement that we plat our cemetery and record it with the county. And we are just finishing up our expansion of sections F and G and just wanted to get this recorded.
Any other questions for Dion? No. Ask for a motion.
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve the final subdivision Plat A, B, C for the Pleasant Grove City Cemetery.
There's a motion
Second.
by Councilmember Anderson, a second by Councilmember Jensen. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we'll now move to 10C, to consider for adoption Resolution 2022-039, authorizing the mayor to execute an interlocal cooperative agreement between Utah County and Pleasant Grove City regarding election ballot drop boxes and providing for an effective date.
Mayor and council, as explained during work session, this is a resolution between us and Utah County with regard to the election drop box located on the northeast corner of City Hall. And it is an agreement between the two parties for us to maintain that box in that location and make sure that it's secure. One of the requirements is that we provide a 24-hour surveillance camera and a sign notifying everyone that it's under surveillance. And the agreement actually provides for the county to reimburse us for those costs. So that's the main reason for doing it, is that we will be reimbursed for complying with those requirements.
Any other questions for general counsel?
I'm just out of curiosity. I mean, was this something that was driven by, and it's a good thing, driven by the commissioners, or was it just nationwide that everyone's moving that way?
I think
it's
it is-
state, isn't it?
Yeah, the state. And it's in response to the more of the mail-in ballots rather than voting places. And the concern from the state that some people were alleging that there might be some irregularities in the ballot security.
Ballot
Yeah.
dumping.
I know specifically with our ballot box, I drove by, it was a couple years ago, and it was unlocked, it was open, so I contacted Amelia, and there had been people going around opening the boxes. So I know specifically, even to our city and others in the county, that was happening. And so there's a huge security concern
I
with
think
that.
it's just to provide everyone with the assurance that the box is being monitored and it's secure, and that if there are any irregularities, we have it on film.
Okay,
Wow.
thank you. So with that, I ask for a motion on resolution number 2022-039.
Mayor, make a motion that we adopt resolution 2022-039 as stated.
Yeah, we have a motion by Councilmember Anderson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Jensen. This will be a roll call vote, so we'll start out with Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Bullock,
Yes.
Councilmember Jensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Lamone.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. Now move on to our last item for this evening. 10D, to consider authorizing the mayor to sign the Evermore Parks local consent request to apply for a single event liquor license as required for a state liquor license for the Bridge and Investment Group corporate event located at 382 South Evermore Lane, Pleasant Grove, Utah. Back to our general counsel.
Mayor and Council, this is a request from Evermore to host a corporate event for the stated business. It's going to be on July 14th from, I believe, 4:30 till 10. So it won't be late at night. It does have a cutoff time. They are requesting local consent to serve alcohol at the event, a mixture of beer, wine, and hard liquor. As explained in the work session, the hard liquor, they're planning on limiting, or to ensure against overservice, they're planning on issuing tickets to patrons for no more than 3 drinks.
Any questions? If not, I ask for a motion.
Mayor, I make a motion authorizing the mayor, you, to sign the Evermore Parks local consent request to apply for a single event liquor license as required for a state liquor license for the Bridge Investment Group corporate event located at 382 South Evermore Lane, Pleasant Grove, Utah.
I have a motion by Councilmember Jensen. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Anderson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
We've completed all of our other, from our work session, and a review of our July 19th City Council meeting agenda and our mayor and council, unless any of you have any more business you'd bring up right now. And I think we've signed all our documents this evening, so with all of that, I ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
A motion by Councilmember Jensen. Do I have a second? Second by Councilmember Lamone. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any